just scrolled into the Wide Open Wednesday live broadcast. That's right. Yours truly, Nitro Nick Leach and American's mechanic Fred Fletcher. We're going to go over all the local racing, and we're going to have some special guests along the way. Could be drivers, could be some of the great people that we have in our racing community, or it could be you. You never know. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for being a part of Wide Open Wednesday. We'd like to thank all our sponsors and everybody involved here. Thanks for stopping in. We hope you enjoy the show.
Yep, and as always, we always will be wide open on Wednesday, but unfortunately, thanks to Verizon, we had a power outage, and I wasn't thinking, but after I talked to Craig last night, with the Verizon blackout, the media blackout, we wouldn't have been able to have Wide Open Wednesday yesterday anyhow because of the media blackout. So, but now we get to do Thursday Night Thunder, brought to you by Wide Open Wednesday. Don Allen, our crash test dummy, is here, and Earl Krause is waiting in the wings. I'm going to let him finish his snack in the green room. He'll tell us what's going on in the green room. Don, I know you always want to know what kind of food we got in there. I'm sure he's got something cooking in there. So we will do this. Let's go up here. That's the wrong one, but we can go here. And we will bring Earl in. Earl, what's going on? Media blackout yesterday, Earl. If you had Verizon, you were in trouble. Fred has Verizon. But some people have Verizon and their phone worked. Other people did and it didn't.
My wife did. My wife's worked. I didn't.
Well, see.
It's my account.
How many people you think got up this morning? Well, how many people yesterday, because I seen it happen right in front of me, they're doing this to their phone and like, oh, I got to change this. I ain't got no signal. I can't do this. And messed up their phone. And then when it came back, they had 100 instant messages. They had 200 emails, and they didn't know what the hell was going on.
That's so, I'm always happy when mine goes out. So
yeah, because nobody can bother you. But yeah, I mean that's pretty crazy that could happen. And I don't know, Earl. What carrier do you have? No sound, Earl. It's on his end.
Oh, you got to turn yourself on, Earl.
Earl, you have no sound. We cannot hear you, Earl. We cannot hear Mr. Earl. Try that, Earl. Nothing from Earl Krause. Earl, this ain't good. Nope, still nothing. It ain't us.
You sure it's not?
No.
It's usually us.
No, it's not. Let's do this. Let's try this. No, he's good. Our settings are good.
Okay. Earl, you got to turn the computer on.
Text him and tell him he's got it.
Yeah.
Something he has no mic at all. Well, kick the guest, let him come back, see if he has anything. Don, let's see what Don, you can hear us, right? Yeah, see, awesome. Don can hear us. It's not on our end. My coworker didn't have hers all morning. I mean, it went until late at night. My boss was like doing text through Wi-Fi and stuff like that. And Earth to Earl, he'll get back on here. We were just watching highlights from the Chili Bowl. Wow. And I got my Briggs Danner stuff on because he's locked in. Good for him, man. What a wheelman he is. But, yeah, I mean, the Chili Bowl's this weekend. When guys like me and Fred, when we hear Chili Bowl with extra cheese and yeah, and beer,
cornbread,
wings,
all of the above.
So, yeah, I mean, Dispatch is in here with us. Our buddy Don Allen, of course, Ryan Leary. Ryan, aren't you supposed to be going away on a retreat somewhere? we won't even get into that. Ray, how are you? Loud and clear on this one. Earl didn't pay his bill. Well, a lot of people didn't pay their bill yesterday if they have Verizon. And SOS. It was at the top of my buddy's iPhone, and I said, You know what that means? Your iPhone is stuck on stupid. That's what that means. It doesn't mean save our ship. It means your iPhone's stuck on stupid. But tonight we have a guy that's going to come on here. Kenny Bruce does some writing for Dirt Track Digest. Does a lot of things. Was an announcer of Big Diamond. And he's going to tell us about all the stuff that's going to happen in Florida because Dirt Track Digest is going to be down there. Bad connection in the green room. Yes, Nick, that could possibly be the reason. Earl's probably gone crazy. Maybe the train went by and knocked his microphone out. Who knows? Well, in the meantime, we can bring this guy in here. We can bring Kenny Bruce in here. First, let's do this. Did I do this? No, I did not. So I have to do this first, Ken. Hold on.
You do it on a Thursday, you get all messed up.
We don't want that. We don't want that. We do want this. There we go. Now, Earl's banner's up, which we don't need, but we need this banner up for this guy right here. We'll bring Kenny Bruce on here. Kenny, what's going on?
Hey, Nick. How you doing, Fred? How you guys
Hey,
doing?
what's happening?
See, his microphone works. There's nothing wrong with his microphone. So, Ken,
Yes.
have you been watching some of this Chili Bowl stuff?
I've been watching most of it, not all of it, but I try to get in every night and usually get on when it's about the qualifier time and watch all the B mains and then the finals.
And the alphabet soup. How about that Briggs Danner kid?
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
Walter and all them. They're all the people that we know are doing really well.
Yeah, Timmy had a good run last night. He'll be in the B main on Saturday.
Yep.
Briggs is already in the A main, and Briggs a little bit of a roll. He won Friday night at Allentown.
Yep.
And he had a good car on Saturday night too.
Yeah.
He had some issues.
Yeah. Now, whose car is that he's driving? Where's that car out of?
Briggs for the Chili Bowl?
Yeah.
That's Alex Bowman's.
No kidding.
Alex Bowman Racing, yeah.
Wow. How about that? Oh, 55. Okay. I should have knew that. But Ken, tell us what you're going to be doing for Florida. I mean, that's a pretty neat deal, right?
Yeah. Dirt Track Digest, the media production side of it. With Brett Deo not having his shows down there this year, guys were asking and clamoring for more racing down there. So they got together, and it was actually Matt Williamson's idea. He actually put the idea in their head, and at Super Dirt Week, and then they just built on it from there. And then they came up with the plan. They contacted All Tack Raceway, and they put this good deal together. 3 nights of racing, $5,000 for the modifieds to win each night, $2,000 for the sportsmen to win each night, which is great.
Wow.
So they're looking forward to it. They got a good response. They got a lot of pre-entries. Local guys. Rick Lawback's already pre-entered for it. Tanner Van Doren.
Nice.
And then you're gonna have Matt Williamson and Shepard and most likely Friesen as long as he's okay to run. And,
right.
They're looking forward to it.
Now, Ryan Leary says the Dirt Track Digest needs a smart TV app. So
that's beyond my pay grade.
That's beyond his pay grade. You understand that, Mr. Leary? Before you start busting everybody's balls in here. All right. Now, Matt Roser said that Briggs Danner was driving Dave Bodine's number 99. And yes, Matt, I did know that was the same Dave Bodine that ran Flemington. Had really nice race cars back in the day. But Kenny, you've been around racing for a long time. You know a lot of people that I know. Racing is changing, and now with what's going on with New Egypt, we cannot afford to lose a racetrack. You agree?
No, absolutely not. I mean, especially locally. We already obviously lost Flemington and East Windsor, and it just can't afford to lose another one. It'd be terrible if they closed up for good.
I'll be honest with you guys. There's a few people interested in the racetrack. We had Mark Blackwell on here last week.
Mm-hmm.
There is a couple people interested, and then now everybody's making a big deal about this land swap that they've seen on the internet. That's a good thing for New Egypt. Fred's going to swap some of his land so they don't have to go through the racetrack to get to the land that they want to get to. So they're going to swap something out. If you read the whole thing, it's actually a good thing for New Egypt, and it's a good thing for the Pinelands. So that's not what everybody's making it out to be. It's not Fred trying to get something that he doesn't deserve or vice versa. It's actually a good thing. So relax, people. It's going to be a good thing for the track, and it's going to be a good thing for the surrounding area. So that's definitely going to happen. And that was probably going to happen before the race season was going to start. So Fred's in Florida. He will be back next week. So the interesting parties that are involved with trying to get involved with the racetrack will probably know something more by the end of next week. What's going to happen, whether they're going to open, whether they're not going to open. But there are interesting parties in New Egypt, and we'll find out more probably by the end of next week.
Yeah, I mean, I keep hearing. I'm trying to stay positive about it. I think it's going to work out. It's what worries me is the timeline coming. You know, it's getting late. It's almost the end of January now, and
Yes,
most tracks open the end of March and April. It's for someone to come in and put a schedule together, and it's the time's winding down here. That's my issue.
I think what you're going to have is you're going to have special races maybe twice a month to get cars out on the racetrack and do stuff like that. And then the following year would probably be the breakout year for whoever decides to buy it or lease it or what have you. Yeah. You're not going to be able to because guys are already going to commit themselves to go elsewhere. But you know as well as I know that racers are very fickle. They go one night to a racetrack and they get pissed off. They're going to leave there and they would come to New Egypt. I say you have some events maybe twice a month and you have no points. You just have maybe a higher purse back through the field and you'll gather some cars. I think, I heard one of the interesting parties wanted to go to Friday nights, and I think that would be a home run.
Yeah, that'd be great if New Egypt went to Friday nights. Is it possible with the traffic situation? I don't know. East Windsor did it, so, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to stay positive on it.
Yeah, you can't have 5 divisions on a Friday.
No, not at all. You can't start as early.
You alternate the other stuff. You start at 7:30 like Windsor did. You have 3 divisions and you alternate. And I think it can be done. I really do. I think that would help Doug out down south. I think it would help New Egypt out. The traffic, I don't. A lot of people that go to the shore, there's traffic there, but I think it would work.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be that much.
Yeah, I think people make more of that than really needs to be made of traffic wise. I mean, you go to Bridgeport on a Saturday night, the traffic's just as bad, right? Especially if you go down the Blue Route like I do.
Right.
So, because people are going to the shore and stuff. So, I think that's just an excuse a lot of people use. But hey, if somebody get the track and they could run it like every other week, or when Bridgeport's not running because they have the light schedule this year for the modifieds, it could work out very well.
And I think New Egypt's got a pretty good setup on getting the cars in the back and getting the fans out front. They have a pretty good logistics there.
Yeah, they
so
do.
You're not going to have a line of traffic sitting out on 539 making the left or into the speedway. So, but I don't think that they make more of that than it needs to be.
I think if we go to Friday nights, I see Danny Sommerling is on here. He is the pizza guy, and now he's the cheesesteak guy. I think if we do that, Dan's got to bring pizza to New Egypt for us and cheesesteaks. Now he's got a new cheesesteak place, and I heard the cheesesteaks are phenomenal.
Delsey Steak. I think it's called Delsey Steaks. Yeah, Eric Foreman's there all the time.
Everything that he makes is phenomenal. Trust me. I was dirt out of Vineland, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm close to Dan's place. I got to go there and get some pizza. So I went there and got some pizza. Yeah, everything he makes is phenomenal. Trust me, Danny's Pizza Pizzazz. If you're near any of his places, you need to stop in there and check it out.
And Dan's a great guy. He supports racing so much.
Always has.
He's just a great guy to talk to. I've had the pleasure of speaking to him a few times, and he's just a good guy for racing and for pizza.
Yep. And now the new cheesesteak place is open. I'll have to talk to Eric Corman, and he'll tell me what's going on with the cheesesteak place. But I heard it's phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, I'm optimistic too. I mean, I think somebody's going to come along, and we got Earl waiting in the wings. Hopefully he got his microphone fixed. He'll tell us what's going on with Wall. We had Pete Miletto on here last week. Very positive, high energy. Wall Stadium is going to be a happening place on Saturday nights this year. If you've never been to Wall, you get a chance, you need to go down there. Especially
I've never been there.
You need to go.
It's awesome. It's an experience.
It's crazy. It's definitely an experience. The Roar and the Shore is definitely worth checking out. So you got to do that. So what else we got going on, Ken? I mean, besides the Florida deal, what are you going to be doing on the weekends this year?
Well, I mean, this weekend I'm heading to a EMPA convention. I'll be hanging out with Earl up there, so that'll be fun. And then got motorsports, and then the weekend after motorsports, my wife and I are leaving for Florida for a month, and be able to get to some of the races that hopefully make a couple at Alltel. Alltel's a long road from where our campground is. It's a long ride, but we're close to Volusia, so I'll be making a lot of Volusia races. And then during the season, I'll just I'm not committed anywhere, so I'll just try to get around and hit as many local tracks as I can. Probably mostly Grandview because it's my closest track to where I live.
Right.
And plus, I'm good friends with the Watts, and I sponsor Colin Cox and Logan and Ryan, so I like to go up there and watch them. And so that's pretty much my deal. Try to make all the big races, midweek shows when we're around, when we're not camping.
Well, Ken, just keep doing what you're doing, and you might as well give a plug for your business too. You can have a printing business, right?
Yeah, Bill Brown and Company, promotional printing and promotional products. We've been in business since 1947, believe it or not.
That's awesome.
I took it over in 2018, and so I'm going on 8 years now since I've been running it, since I've owned it. And it's a small business, but when I took it over, one of my goals was to sponsor or be a sponsor on a race car, and started out with Danny Heber, and and it's gone from there. I'm not a big sponsor on any car, but I try to give a little bit to help out. And I got my name on the Watts car, Colin Cox, Ryan Godowns, Billy Pouch, Danny Buck. I try to spread it around. Danny Heber, I don't know if he's racing this year or not, but
I heard he's making a rock climbing truck now. That's what I heard. I heard he's making the super truck that he had. He's converting it to a rock climbing truck.
Yeah, he's doing some stuff. I know he went out to PRI to look at some parts and stuff out there.
Yeah, he's a pretty unique guy. I've become pretty good friends with him because Mike Errico is my foreman at work. And,
I'm good friends with Mike. Danny's one of my best friends. And
Mike's a good guy. Ken, we appreciate you coming on. You got an open door policy here. You can come on here anytime you want. You guys need anything printed, anything in the way as that goes, get a hold of Ken or get a hold of me. I'll make sure you get Kenny's number and he'll take care of you. Definitely do that. Yep. Logan is something. Logan is really coming to his own. So is Colin Cox. I mean, is he something else? And I mean, he's just a natural, Ken.
Yeah. Yeah, Logan's just unbelievable. And Colin won Grandview by over 1,000 points last year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Great sport. That's crazy.
That's unheard of, right?
Yeah. So I think he completed every lap of every race.
Yeah, I remember you telling us that stat that I didn't know that, but you told me that, and I was like, wow, that's just crazy. Yep, that's unheard of. So, and to do it at Grandview, which is one of the hardest tracks around,
it is. Absolutely.
That's unheard of.
So.
All right, Ken, we'll let you go. We're going to bring Earl on here. I appreciate you coming on. Thanks for everything, and have fun in Florida, brother.
No problem. Yeah, I'll check in with you from Volusia down there when I'm there. So
yeah, you can more than welcome. Call us from Volusia. We'll put you on here. You can give us some results. Tell us who's fighting and who ain't.
All right, sounds good. Have a good show, guys.
Thanks, Kenny. All right, brother. Thanks, Ken.
Care,
Kenny Bruce from Dirt Track Digest. Now, we got to bring this guy in here because you were supposed to be on here first, and I guess he fell asleep and knocked the mic off. Earl.
Do we have contact?
Oh, yes, we have contact now. There he is, Earl, the legend Kraus. Earl,
hey, good hearing Kenny Bruce on there. One of the good guys, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I mean, he's always willing to help anybody. He's got his name on some of the right cars there too. Earl, a lot of good things happening, man. I'm reading on the internet all the stuff that's going on at Wall.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Of course, we have Pete Miletto on here. But last week, the indoor series started. How was that, Earl?
That was excellent. That was at the PPL Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the first of 3 indoor race events under the promotion direction of Lynn Salmons Productions. And my wife, Pam, and I, we run the media center, the press room for the 3 races. Again, Allentown last weekend, the Atlantic City indoor race, the end of this month. That'll be the 30th and 31st at Convention Hall, Boardwalk Hall, Atlantic City, and the indoor dirt race at the PPL Center, actually the Cure Insurance Arena in Trenton. That'll be the end of February. That'll be the 19th, 20th, and 21st for the micro sprints. And we also run the media center at the Motorsport Show, which will be coming up in 2 weeks, the 20th, 23rd, and 24th at the Oaks Convention Center, Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks, Pennsylvania. So a lot going on. But yeah, the Allentown indoor race was excellent. Briggs Danner run the TQ race on Friday night. And that was a hometown win because he's from Allentown. And it was Briggs racing sprint cars and midgets and micro sprints, not just locally, but around the country. So it was a great win for him. And then on Saturday night, Matt Swanson, who's one of the top pavement modified drivers in New England, has come down. He's raced at the Turkey Derby at Wall Stadium, but he ran a TQ midget and won the feature on Saturday night. Great race. Ryan Flores, who is pretty much the king of Allentown indoor racing with 7 feature wins thus far in his career, was leading with 5 to go. And on a late race restart, 5 to go, they came down for the green flag side by side, and Matt Swanson outdueled Ryan and went on to win, with Ryan finishing second. And that was still a great comeback for Ryan Flores, who, by the way, grew up at Wall Stadium. His dad, Mark, and relative Keith Flores, they're all part of that racing family at Wall. Ryan on Friday night was involved in a very bad fire with his number 15.
I saw that.
Yeah, the fuel line actually came off, and
wow, it's crazy.
Very spectacular fire. Actually scorched his uniform. And you know, Ryan is he's worked for Roger Penske. Right now he's working for Hendrick. He is a tire changer right in the heart of the action on pit road. So he knows all about safety, and he wears one of the top of the line triple layer racing uniforms. And that fire was so intense, it actually scorched his left uniform arm.
Wow.
He was fine, but it actually shows the intensity of that fire. And he was actually ready to try to come back out. They worked on the car during the cleanup of the fire and the fluid on the track. But they got the fuel line fixed, but there was still actually a lot of water inside the car from when the fire crew came to put the fire out.
Right.
And they decided, along with officials, no, let's not push this. They didn't come out. But Ryan made up for it on Saturday night, came back, and again almost won the feature. So it's quite spectacular indeed. A great start to our indoor season. And again, we'll be back Atlantic City at Boardwalk Hall the end of the month. And then dirt track racing at the Cure Insurance Arena.
And me and Fred will be there for that.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Now this weekend, Kenny Bruce was talking about IMPA is this weekend.
Right, the Eastern Motorsport Press Association. I'll be there as well, along with many members of the working press. That's at the Doubletree Convention Center, Doubletree Hotel in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, just north of Pocono Raceway. This would be, off the top of my head, I believe like the 52nd convention for the Eastern Motorsport Press Association. Dave Moody from MRN NASCAR Radio, he'll be our keynote speaker, as a matter of fact. And it's going to be a great weekend, and this is a chance for all the press members to get together on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Cool. We have seminars. There's awards competition for writers and photographers. It's a great event, and it's a chance for, again, the media to get together in a nice, relaxed session and, you know, just go over things, get ready for the next big events. Again, will be motorsports and then Atlantic City, and kind of discuss the upcoming season. So hopefully you guys will get up there sometime and be part of them as well.
Yeah,
we'll work on it.
We're working on it.
That'd be good.
We had Pete Miletto on here, and he said he's going to come back on again right before the season. Of course, we're going to see him at Motorsports, so, and we're going to have a live broadcast for BCP with Fred. Fred, of course, I missed Need for Speed this morning because I was messing around with dump trucks. But yeah, we're going to have a live broadcast for the radio station. Then we're going to do some Wide Open Wednesday stuff. But yeah, we're going to be at Motorsports. We're going to grab some people there. It ought to be pretty interesting, Earl. I mean, you guys are getting a lot of feedback for Wall Stadium, and that's what Wall Stadium needed. They needed a shot in the arm by somebody like Pete, and having him on here that night that we had him on here, that was one of our best shows that we've had, and the energy that he projects is what you need. Yes. I mean, people just gravitate to him, and that's what Wall Stadium needed. And if you don't get a chance to go out to Wall Stadium, you got to make that a part of your list for this year. You got to go there. Me and Fred
Right.
will be there.
I'll
We're-
be there quite a bit.
Exactly.
Yep, and we're going to be doing some wide open Wednesday stuff there. Pete told me, he said, "Look, if you ain't got nothing to do on a Saturday night, you and Fred are more than welcome to come." So
Yes,
you're
indeed.
probably going to see us there more than often, Earl, and I can't wait.
Great. It's an honor for me to be on the announcing staff at Wall Stadium. I've worked alongside of Jeff Gravatt, who's been there for many, many years, just like myself, Gary Larson, Lee Greenwood, who announced with us for many years. He kind of semi-retired, but he's going to come back this year and do some guest announcing. Sal Nicosia, he was on the staff with us last year. He's going to be doing a lot of the social media work. So it's a great group, and one of the things about Wall Stadium, like so many short tracks, it's a family. And we often say that there's 2, 3, and sometimes 4 generations of fans and competitors at Wall Stadium. And it's great to be part of it. And as you mentioned, Pete Miletto, he's the president of racing operations, taking over the lease with Fred Archer. And they've signed a 2-year lease. They've got a lot of great ideas in mind. They'll have a big display at the Motorsport Show. We're going to have 3 cars there in the booth. And Pete and new general manager Doug Marr are going to be there throughout the weekend, along with many other staff members. Of course, I work for the show with Lenny Salmons, running that media center, but I'll be in and around the whole weekend, and folks can see me as well. And I'll have all the information as far as I can give as far as Wall Stadium. At the booth, they're going to have the season schedule available for the racers. Anybody who has rules questions, they'll be there to answer that. There'll be some new, brand new edition Wall Stadium shirts available. So it's going to be quite a weekend. And I know myself and other Wall Stadium staff members will be looking to stop by the Wide Open Wednesday booth and do some interviews.
Oh, absolutely.
It'll be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm there. Like I said earlier, make sure I'm there, not over with Shauna Robinson.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, we got to mention that.
Oh, yeah.
Shona
Well,
Robinson
the
is one
thing
of our
that-
special guests.
Oh, we got Jeff Bodine as the keynote speaker,
Right.
Yes.
and then we have Shauna Robinson and a couple other guests. Kenny
Well,
Brightbill.
Kenny Brightbill, we're going to be honoring Kenny throughout the weekend.
Yep.
Dirt modified legend, and he'll be our honorary driver of the weekend. We do that every year. Last year at the show, it was Ray Everham who we honored. The year before that, Billy Pouch. This year it's going to be Kenny Brightbill. We're going
That's
to have
cool.
a big display honoring Kenny's legendary career. One of his signature number 19 modifieds, which has been
Cool.
restored going back to the Pinto era. That's going
Nice.
to be front and center at the show. And again, Kenny's going to be there throughout the weekend, meeting the fans, signing autographs, along with Jeff Bodine, along with Shauna Robinson. So it's going to be quite a show. And we'll have more next Wednesday night before we head out to Oaks, Pennsylvania ourselves. Again, for our listeners, hey, stop in and see my wife, Pam, and I. We'll be in the press room throughout the weekend.
Absolutely.
And, we always enjoy seeing everybody at the show. It's a great
Oh, we
event.
get to go to Earl's green room next week.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
get-
there's
we'll
good
go to
food up
Earl's
there
green
too.
room.
That's right,
Yeah,
exactly.
I remember last year there was some good food up there.
Yeah, I think
Handmade
Earl,
cookies.
I think the coolest thing about Pete when he was on the show was the coolest thing he said was, "I'm a fan." He said,
is.
"I'm a fan.
Absolutely.
I'm
And
a
a
fan
racer.
of all these guys. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to have a good time." He goes, "That's what it's all about." That says a lot. You know what I
Yes.
mean? He's not, I don't want to make a whole bunch of money. I don't want to do this. I ain't complaining about this. I just want everybody to have a good time. So
And, he's front and center too. He's not the kind of guy who sits back in the office. Give you an idea how much of a fan Pete Miletto is. He was at the Allentown Indoor Race all last weekend, walking around the pit area and up in the grandstands, meeting people. And
nice.
people were saying, "Hey, you're Pete Miletto." He said, "Oh, yes, I am." And please come to Wall Stadium. We're gonna have a great year. Because one of the things that is part of the signature of Wall Stadium over the years are the TQ midgets, the same
Right.
ones that raced indoors this past weekend and will be at Atlantic City. Pete was in the pit area talking with all the TQ midget racers, looking forward to having them at Wall Stadium this year. Again, they run on the inner 5th mile track, and they put on quite a show. And again, TQs at Wall Stadium, we've had them there since the 1960s. And the TQs have changed, but the intense competition of the TQ midgets is the same as it's always been. And they're looking forward to being a big part of the activities this year.
And
Now,
the good thing I saw today from Rick Ratchet's Facebook page is I think today was the day where they put pen to paper and they got everything signed over.
Yes.
So now you're going to see what's going to happen from here on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Opening day at Wall. There's got so many ideas he has, and how the improvements on an already good thing.
Right.
But yeah, you're going to see some really spectacular stuff coming up the next few months here.
I just
Ray Rosenberg just posted about Doug Marr doing a great job as the general manager at Wall. Yeah, he does. He has a long racing set of roots there at Wall Stadium. His dad, Tom Marr, was a longtime mechanic at Wall Stadium for many race cars, and his nephews, Rick Marr and Ryan Marr. Ryan raced at New Egypt. He's also raced at Wall Stadium.
Yes.
A former
yes.
four-cylinder champion. He was I believe, a rookie champion, right, at New Egypt. And Rick Marr, again, that's Doug's nephew. He works for the NASCAR Whale and Modified Tour. And last season, he was chief starter at Wall Stadium. This year, Rick Marr will be heading up the safety committee at Wall Stadium. He'll be the safety director, right alongside Warren Alston, who will welcome back this year. He'll be our chief starter this season. So it's quite a group. I tell you what, Wall Stadium is, as you said, it's going to be a happening place. And myself, Jeff Gravatt, Gary Larson, we can't wait to be back behind the microphone to call the action. So it's going to be good.
I can't wait to set up a table down there for us.
Yes, absolutely.
Do some interviews and all.
I just think it's what you guys have been waiting for, Earl.
Oh,
we all love racing. We all do what we do because we love the sport. But now when you have atmosphere and you have the right people in charge and you have the right people pushing the buttons and doing what they need to do, it just makes for a whole much more pleasant atmosphere. You know what I mean?
You're
not just going. It's not a job anymore. You're going there and you feel like you're stealing. So, it's just one of them deals where you got to do what you got to do, and you have fun. And like in the years at New Egypt, I had the greatest job in the world. I interviewed all the people that I had to interview, and so now with this indoor stuff we were talking about, now we can bring this young lady in here,
Kate Brown.
She's been working her butt off. She done the indoor stuff. She does the stuff for us. She does the behind the scenes stuff for us. She never gets the credit she deserves. So we'll bring her in here. Kate, if you're talking on your phone, turn your phone sideways.
Turn my phone.
There you go. See, that makes you look bigger and better, and we're all on the same page here.
Listen, bigger, better. I don't know so much about that, but all right.
Yeah. We'll turn that off. We're all on the same page here. Kate.
Hi.
What's going on? I finally get to see you. I finally get to talk to you. Me and Earl were talking about the indoor stuff.
Earl.
Hi.
How's the indoor stuff? That was pretty exciting, huh?
It was. I thought it was a pretty exciting weekend. We had some interesting with some fires.
Well said.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that was a little nerve-wracking, but it was good. And I will say our guys were fantastic getting there. Ryan Flores, thankfully was okay. It was a part malfunction. So he was able to get everything squared away and fixed so that he could come back out and have an exciting TQ feature where he was winning until the very end. So we had this was a tough weekend for a lot of people. Anthony Sesley's team, Tanner Van Doren, Matt Swanson. We were this time last year we lost Jeff Ulrich.
Yes.
In an accident after the races,
right.
And so this was tough for them to come back. And poor Tanner had he had every gremlin you could think of throughout the weekend to try to get his 22 car up and running. The Ferris family was kind enough to offer him the ride in their spare car, which was actually up in the fan zone. So we had to get that downstairs, get Tanner in there and situated, and there was just a lot going on with that poor team. We did a wonderful tribute moment of silence to Jeff at the beginning of the TQ feature, which I thought was a great job by the Salmons family to get that taken care of. And in the end, Matt Swanson, passed Ryan Flores to win the race. And it was a very emotional, a very emotional victory lane, but a wonderful, wonderful win for him. So that was great. So it was a lot of it was good with that. We had a couple young guns for their very first time in the TQ midgets, who did a fantastic job. One of them was Logan Watt. The other was Paul Hartwig, the third. They both, in their first time in TQs, qualified for both A main features. And Logan actually qualified through the heats, through the time trials to make a special race that they had, the Will Cagle shootout. So for his very first time out there, he's out there with, the top 9 other people running, in this special race.
Right.
So, same with Paulie. He was in a different car. The Tallarico family did a fantastic job. They were super supportive of him, and he qualified in the A main for both through the heats. Did not have to do a B, which for those of you who are familiar with indoor racing, that's a tough thing to do, especially with the caliber of drivers that come. Right. And
those guys could qualify in shopping carts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally think that, but I have to be neutral.
Yeah, you have to be. You can't be biased, Kate.
Nope.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about this walkout music. What is the deal with that?
Well, so this is something I think is really cool that we've done.
Cool.
So a lot of times the guys will pick their own walkout song. So what they do is in advance of the A main feature, all the TQ, it's just for the TQs, but the TQ drivers all their teams bring their cars out. They line them up around the track. Right. Half on one side, half on the other, and then they start from the last starter all the way up to the pole sitter, and they call one person out at a time, and then they have a song. They either get to pick it, and if they don't choose their own, then Jay Dugan picks it for you.
Doing a hell of a job with that. He put something out there. If you want to be involved and you want to help us with the media stuff, and I'm like, and I just wanted to go there and sit up there with him and watch what he does, because I know there's a whole bunch of stuff around that he's doing, and
tons of technology. He does a fantastic job.
Yeah, he does a hell of a job.
And then he did get someone, and he wanted, we get a lot of live shots, and they do a lot of things like throughout the whole, and then the videos that they've put together. If you haven't seen them, please go back and look at them. They are amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
One of my favorite walkouts, Andy J that was the other person I wanted to talk about. So Andy J had a crazy, crazy weekend because he did test in Daytona for ARCA, and he literally flew from Florida to Allentown for the race. He did try to qualify through the heats and did not. So he was able to use a past champions provisional, started at the rear of the field. And Andy J is famous for his walkouts. So he always has, he's very fun to watch when he does his walkout song. And what it's nice is that some people bring, their kids, and they come and do their walkouts. I know that Paulie had one of the quarter midget kids, and they did like a 6-7 thing. So that was kind of neat because Paulie's really good at and giving back to the quarter midget. So it was neat to see that. Right. One of my personal favorites this time was Ryan Flores and his daughter. Yeah. So she came out and she did this big somersault, and then they have a special handshake that they do. Well, they did their special handshake, and then he like flipped her up on his back and then like walked her out the rest of the way. So I did ask him later, I said, Ryan, did you guys practice that? He said, all week. So she had him practicing that the whole week. So it was really cool. So the walkout songs are pretty neat.
Yeah, because I know Logan's mom.
The third, right? When
yes.
Came out with the sign.
Yeah. The sign that said, I'm better than my dad, which I thought was great.
And then I seen Leslie was like, what's this walkout song for Logan? And they were busting Logan's chops about it, what walkout song he was going to pick. And, and you go to baseball games and you see their
Yeah.
you hear their walk-up songs when
right.
they're coming to bat, and you never think about it. And now with this coming in racing, and I'm watching this and I'm like, this is crazy, but it's cool. It's me being me, what I do. That is definitely cool.
That was
and
great. Jay did a great job.
Yeah, and it gives something back to the fans, and they get into it, and you can
Right.
tell they're
The fans love it, and then
Oh, yeah.
they also, when the other part that we do with the walkout is that each of the drivers has a shirt, and then they toss their shirts
Oh, yeah,
into the
absolutely.
stands.
And that's what
So
you
that's
gotta
a big
do.
thing.
Yeah, that's the thing I was talking about. It's something small, but it's something
Right.
new and fresh, and this is what
Yeah, that's
racing
what you
needs.
got to do.
You got to adapt to the new fans and to
Yep.
attract new fans, and doing stuff like that really that's a good step forward. And
All
hopefully
right, Kate.
everybody
So
does
I'm going to ask you now. I mean, next week is motorsports. Do we get Kate, or is Kate doing something?
I will tell you, as of today, and this changes on a regular basis. As of today, I am wide open Wednesday all weekend. Now,
All right. As
I
of
don't know what's
today,
going to happen once
All
I
right.
get there.
because if any of you guys went to motorsports last year, we wouldn't have been able to do any of the interviews that we had if it wasn't for Kate. She brought the kids to us, and they were
Yeah.
the best interviews we had with the kids. So we're going to probably be doing the same thing when we do the wide open Wednesday for WBCB. We're actually going to go live with WBCB, so it's on our wide open Wednesday page and WBCB. But Kate is the machine that gets all that going. She brings us the drivers, brings us the owners of the track. So without Kate, Fred and Nick look like the two jackasses that they are. So, and then of course the highlight of my motorsports last year was Kate getting in Fred's car, because I go, how are we going to get the car out of here? And she goes, I got it. And I'm like, you got it? She goes, yeah, I'm going to get in and you're going to push me. And I said, what? And before I knew it, Kate was in the car. She goes, first of all, you got to move all that shit off the front of it so I can see where I'm going. So we moved all the stuff. I pushed her out there. And Fred said, you got an open invite to take the car out for a couple laps, Kate. So I'm looking forward to that too.
You can run one of my vintages.
I will say that I am looking forward to that for 2026. I would actually love to do that. Right now, my bingo card is open, but it
All right.
fills up pretty quick.
Yeah.
So we'll have to pick a
Wall
day.
Stadium. It might be
Yeah,
at Wall Stadium. It might not be at New Egypt
Throw
or
some
a
asphalt
dirt
tires on
track.
that.
Put some.
I think
asphalt
that I
tires
will
on it.
tell you, I think that's the only way that Warren will willingly allow me to get into
Okay.
a race car, knowing that it's vintage and I'm just putting around and not racing competitively.
Yeah.
That's
So
all I would ever do. Yeah.
So what,
Yeah.
we got to put a block under the throttle because we know Kate, like we know Kate.
No, I want to see my car go.
Yeah, we know Kate.
as
like we
long
know
as
Kate.
as long as I'm
Where's
not getting
Tracy?
beaten and banged on, I think he'll be
Yeah, we'll put
fine.
Tracy in there
Where's
too.
Tracy at?
can
Tracy,
run.
do you think Tracy? She ain't gonna slow down. That ain't happening. So all
It's not
right,
in my
well,
blood.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. We'll figure this out. I knew it was in your blood when you said I got this, and I turn around and you're in the car.
I was going to dent the floor so the pedal goes down a little.
Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
I heard a rumor that Mrs. Claus that got into a couple of race cars
Yes, she
during
did.
Hot
Yeah,
Rod
yes.
Santa.
Yep, and was testing the valves on one of them, revving the motor up. So yep.
Well, listen, that was McIntyre's fault because he dared Mrs. Claus
Never.
to actually
Never dare
start
Mrs.
it.
Claus. Nope. Nope. Don't
So-
do that. Don't dare her. to
Just
do
saying.
anything.
We have
But
the
no,
pictures.
I wanted to make sure that you were going to be there because
Yeah.
I can't picture myself running around there and doing all that. But the kids, I'm looking forward to that because the kids are fun. Liam Ballard already told me he's going to be
Oh, yeah.
there, and then a couple of the other kids, and yeah,
And I have a couple more. I have a couple more in mind that I want to get started. I think
Good.
one of the things that I like to do, I like doing that is because it gives them an opportunity. Like I want to find Jax Whitmer. I thought what was
Right.
really neat is that he was at indoor with his driller. So I thought
Right.
that was fantastic that he
Yes.
brought that to show
Yes.
off.
Cool.
But I think it gives them a chance because a lot of them they may or may not know me, but they know of me. So I try to make them a little more comfortable. And I think the more that we can get them to do this, I mean, when we first got, a couple people to do it, they're like, oh, I don't know what to do, and I'm like, look, it's just us. we're just having a conversation.
Oh yeah, we had a good time with them.
So I think that that's why I love doing it at Motorsports. I also love giving the promoters and the tracks the opportunity to
Yep.
talk about what's coming up in 2026.
Yep.
There's a lot going on. I mean, good and bad, but I mean, there's people that have changed rides, there's people that have new sponsors. You know, there may be some vendors or some other people that just want to get their name out there, and so that's why I love to do Motorsports with this.
Right.
And so yeah, I'll be there both days. So whatever. And like I said, right now I'm just wide open Wednesday. I don't have anything else planned.
Speaking of this, if you have any schedules that you want, you can bring them to our booth. We'll give out your schedules. Anybody listening that's part of a track wants to give out some schedules, we could do that.
That's good.
Speaking of sponsors, we're going to take a break real quick. You guys stay right where you're at. We're going to take a little break here, and we're going to take a pause for the cards and thank these people that are part of our Wide Open Wednesday sponsors, and we appreciate each and every one of them.
Who is all the rage? Sage Chiropractic. That's right. Sage is all the rage in chiropractic care. Dr. Carey and Dr. Mike will take care of you and all your back needs, and they specialize in other things too. Give them a call, 215-497-0700. They have all the equipment, all the stuff you need to get yourself in shape. They're the people that give Fred his adjustment so he can drive his race car on Saturdays at New Egypt Speedway. They are our official sponsor of Wide Open Wednesday, so go see them. If you have any problems with your back or any other problems you think you're having that are related to your back, you got to go see Sage, because they're all the rage in chiropractic care. So see Sage Chiropractic. Their phone number is 215-497-0700. Go see Dr. Carey and go see Dr. Mike. Let's talk about transmissions for a minute. You want to get to victory lane, you can't be in low gear. You got to be in high gear. I'm talking about high gear transmissions located in South Jersey. That's right. We specialize in repair, refresh, and troubleshooting your Northeast Dirt modified transmissions. That's right, high gear. They specialize in Burt Generation 1 and 2 transmissions, and they also service Winters transmissions. It's home of the modified number 13P, driven by Anthony Tramontana Jr. They have reasonable pricing, quick turnaround. You can pick your transmission up at New Egypt Speedway or Bridgeport Speedway, and you can find them on Facebook at High Gear Transmissions. Now, these transmissions are serviced by a great tech, Anthony Tramontana Sr. You can give him a call at 609-385-3084. That's right, High Gear Transmissions. You know, the season-ending season, and you're worried about that transmission, you're worried about it getting serviced, why not call High Gear and get it done? They'll take care of your transmission. You won't have to worry about it. When you put it back in the car, you'll put it in gear, you'll go to victory lane, you'll be in high gear, and you'll be a winner with high gear. Bob Drayton Incorporated has been locally owned and operated since 1955. Their goal is to provide excellent customer service and quality rentals to every client. They have a large selection of rentals and solutions for every project or every event you have. You can count on their experienced team for fast and courteous service each time you call them. And they have a 24-hour emergency service, locally owned and operated since 1955. That's over 70 years, gang. Licensed and insured, free estimates available, 24-hour service, military and senior discounts, quality products, and an excellent customer service. Check them out, gang. They're located at 151 Big Hill Road, Southampton, New Jersey. Their phone number is 609-859-3629. And they race, that's right, New Egypt Speedway, Bridgeport Speedway. Bob and his son race the 4-cylinder class, and they sponsor the class at New Egypt Speedway. So when it hits the fan, he's your man, and whatever you eat, he's got your seat. They have a 1-800 number, and it's 1-800-521-2014. So whatever you need, give Mr. Bob a call, and he'll help you out. They are official sponsor of Wide Open Wednesday right here on Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. Mr. Bob, he's on the job, and you should be too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're back on Wide Open Wednesday. Excuse me, Thursday Night Thunder, brought to you by Wide Open Wednesday, and we got Kate Brown, and we got the legend Earl Kraus. Kate, I think next weekend's going to be pretty fun. Do we got to go there Thursday, Kate? Or
No, because we're not bringing the car in. We just have a spot. We don't have to.
Yeah, I took the car up on.
All right, what time we meeting for breakfast on Friday?
There you go.
Oh, you got to talk to Mr. Alston about that. I am a passenger. And I will say, I'm not going to lie. I will openly admit I am a passenger princess because we're in the car for more than a half an hour and I'm sleeping.
Well,
you
the
wake
way
up
you've
when you
been,
get to Bob
the
Evans.
way you've been working, I mean, you need your rest. I mean, you've been like a one-armed paper hang.
No, I got a lot. We have a lot going on with work. I know that all of you are affected by, the new governor and the new administration, but as a
Not me, I
public
live in
utility,
Yeah, we live in America.
yeah, as a public utility, it's a little crazy. And my boss is the one that handles all that stuff. So it's all good there. But one more thing, I see Billy's here. One other thing I wanted to mention about indoor, which I think was great, is that we also had a couple of people who left on Sunday from Allentown to fly to Oklahoma to be in the Chili Bowl. So
Yeah.
I know that Briggs Danner went. I know Timmy Buckwalter went. I'm sure there was others that were there. Our very own Michael Fry has been in Oklahoma for the last 2.5 weeks because he went out for the Tulsa shootout, stayed for the Chili Bowl. So looking forward to seeing his pictures and some stories that he has. But he has been there for a while. So yeah. We have a good contingent out there. I know Steve Buckwalter's out there. I'm sure I'm missing and forgetting quite a few people, but it's just nice to see that those that are out, racing on a national level are also coming back
absolutely.
back
Doing well,
here.
too. Yep.
I did
Right.
see LeVar Scott as well. He happened
Oh,
to
cool.
be in Allentown. He's not coming to Trenton. He's got his schedule's a little busy.
He's becoming something too. Uh-oh. Blackout. What's she on? Verizon? We lost Kate. Kate.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, what we'll do then, while she's deciding what she's doing, we're going to take you off, Earl, and we're going to bring this guy in. We'll take her off too until she comes back. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of Maple Grove.
Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for